Maneuver 39 Agency. Plant restoration. The plant, right? We used to have one. Now it's closed. But the government thinks it has to reopen. We have our interest in that too. If we help with the repairs, we'll be able to place orders there to ship locally. We're tracking. Let's get started. We opened up this warehouse by doing the spring cleaning contract. We got a long drive, all the way to the other end of the map. I can get there fairly quick with the ZiKZ 605R. This contract will open up a crafting zone. I'm sure we'll be using that in the near future. I guess it's about the same distance whichever way you want to go, but I'll just go this way. The road might be a little longer this way, but there's less mud and rocks, so I can pretty much just hammer the whole way. This road cuts off to the garage, but I never use it. I always take a shortcut. If everything came from the same place, I would have just went back and got a 6-lot trailer. But the most spots we're going to need on this is going to be 4. We're just going to make a few trips in different directions. That got sideways. It went all the way to the top, in top gear, without gearing down. That's pretty powerful, considering I have 2 loads of metal beams. Here's our detour, so we can avoid scaling the cliff. It's back in top gear now. We're going over into the sawmill. this truck is fast. I could cut through here, but I'm thinking it might be quicker just to stay on the asphalt. Well, I mean, stay on the big road. It's not all asphalt, but it's certainly better than that side road. You can tell these metal beams are heavy. We've made it to the top of the hill now. Well, this is almost the top. We don't have much asphalt, but we can go fast on it. I could probably drive over that concrete with this truck without busting the tires, but I'm used to driving around it with all the other trucks, so I'm just going to keep doing it. By the time we get our speed up good, it's time to turn off. This road doesn't have extremely deep snow on it like that other side does. Otherwise, I would have just kept going and turned off on that other road. This is where that other road would have cut in at that I was talking about taking. I'm running a little low on fuel, but I do have a tank over here. I can just cut through right here. Metal beams are checked off the list. I guess we'll grab the bricks next. I'll swing it around and grab some fuel on the way out. Only 40 gallons left. It's running low. Whenever I have to go out toward the warehouse for those concrete blocks, I'm just gonna pull it out there and refuel it. This is the road I was talking about that has really deep snow on it. Going down this is easier than going up, but at least we're not pulling the load going up. We might end up having to do that for one of those Cosmodrome contracts. It takes a rough road to make a ZiKZ 605 scrabble like this. This truck might seem a little slow here, but it takes a long time to bring a Scout up and down this road. If you ever try that, you will appreciate the 61-inch tires on this truck. Here it is. There's 2 loads of brick. Here we go again with this extremely deep snow. It's almost tempting to throw out a winch, but it's quicker not to. If you start trying to auto winch, it's just going to grab a bunch of small trees or grab something behind you. Now we can hammer. That's what we came for. Let's get it in. Bricks are off the list. $20 gallons left. I'm gonna take this down and refuel. The fuel station is right by the warehouse where I have to go anyway, so I'll just fuel this thing back up and bring it back down with me. I was trying to go a little too fast on that slick curve. That fuel tank is light as a feather, empty. They did pretty good on this section of concrete slab. It's a lot smoother than those other sections. It's a long ways out to this warehouse. I'm gonna speed up this slow part just a little. This part looks beautiful, but we still have a long muddy road to go down. I thought that fuel trailer might hit that pole. We're back in the mud. I'm gonna see if I can get it into high. I'm gonna drop the trailer up here at this blue mark, and I'm gonna take that fuel tank down and refuel it and bring it back off camera. Okay, I'm back. That's what we needed. Oh, I hit that head on. What's going on here? I can't drive. I'll stop by here and grab my fuel tank and we'll take it in. I already grabbed fuel in the truck when I went and refueled that tank. It's time to get the wheels hot. I probably should mark it. That'll work. We're hauling a lot of weight. 4 loads of cement and 500 gallons of fuel. High gear doesn't seem very fast for this truck, but it's not going to go any quicker in auto pulling all this weight. It stalled. We're back on the asphalt for a little while. We're about to hit the mud again, though. This is the roughest part of the whole trip. I could haul a few loads of logs over here and drop into this hole. Or some concrete slabs. It would take so long to fill this in, it probably wouldn't save us any time. I guess I can put it back in auto now. Top gear going uphill. I'm surprised it didn't gear down with all that weight. You just can't hardly slow this thing down on asphalt. I can just drive right over top of this section of slabs. They made it fairly smooth. One of those rocks jumped up and pinged us in the shock. Oh, that was hard. We have a clear road the rest of the way in. Here we are. That's got the cement. Now we just need 2 concrete blocks and 2 metal rows. I'm just gonna drop this fuel tank back where I got it from. A little bit more. I'm going to leave this sideboard also because I'm not going to be needing it. I'm only going to be picking up 2 of each item, and I got to go in opposite directions. I'm going to go get some of that fuel though. Okay, let's hammer. I guess we'll go get those metal roads first. They're back where that big asphalt circle is. I guess some people would say that's called a turnabout. But we gotta circle around here and go up to the top of the hill and take a left. Go all the way down to the corner of the map. This trip shouldn't take too long without a trailer. I tapped that tree, didn't I? Here's our exit. We made it all the way up in top gear. This truck is extremely fast. We've made it to the turnabout. Here we are. Oops, I put that one on the platform. That's what we came for. Let's see if we can get back down there as quick as we got up here. Whoa, Nelly. She started slipping. That pole got a little close. It's crazy to see it plow through here in top gear with all this weight. That's the beauty of having 61-inch tires. And this thing has some awesome suspension. You can see it whenever I have a saddle high on it. Here's our exit. Still rolling in top gear. Left turn. I had to swing that a little wide to keep it in top gear. We're knocking holes in the road. Here comes the shortcut. That's all of those. Let's go get those concrete blocks. I'd be done right now if I had a 6-slot trailer when I went out to that warehouse the first time. But I wouldn't have been staying in top gear the whole time either. Even though it would have been slower, it would have taken me one less trip. So I guess it would have been about the same amount of time, just less driving. Of course, I could be way off because the difference between high gear and top speed is not really that much. I can say it's more pleasurable to drive in top gear. It's just like taking a joyride just to keep it in top gear for a little bit longer. I should probably get my 6-slot trailer back for the next one. I might even bring a couple loads of concrete slabs out and drop into that mud hole. Whoops, the one going up to that warehouse. I'd have to use the International Paystar for that. I could load that thing down with those concrete blocks and just go dump them in that mud hole and go back for more. I think they give you unlimited ones too. I don't know, I might do that. I'm gonna look and see what's on this driveway. I think we'll have to open this building up too. It don't have any kind of label yet. I think I remember trying to scout that once and I couldn't get in it because it was full of junk. I'm sure there'll be a contract that will make it into something. Maybe even a string of contracts. Where does that dust come from on a frozen road? The developers should have made that dust white instead of brown. I could understand it being snow dust. I've messed around and took as much time on this trip as I would have taken with a 6 slot. This truck doesn't struggle too much with a 6 slot. Any truck that you can't put a saddle low on will be good with a 6 slot trailer. The trucks that you can put saddle low on, they really don't do real good with a 6 slot trailer because they're too short. The rocks are beating the shocks off. The deep snow will slow you down a lot faster than hitting the e-brake will. I should have tried drifting around that corner by hitting the e-brake. I didn't think I had enough speed for it, but it might have worked. If I throw a bunch of concrete blocks in this mud hole, I wonder is it going to cause a bunch of tire damage? It would probably take a dozen concrete blocks to fill this hole. That would take a lot of work just to find out if it's going to work or not. I know it would work for the ZiKZ, but there's a lot of trucks that probably would have trouble running over a concrete block. It might bust some tires. It's impossible to keep it in a straight line on this road. The best you can hope for is not to hit a pole. Anytime you can roll through somewhere in top gear, it's not really too bad. I'm gonna duck down here to the fuel station before I go get my load. don't know how bad this road was before they put these logs in here, but these logs aren't really helping matters much. They should probably go one more step here and put some asphalt down. We used 40 gallons of fuel just getting out here. At least now I don't have to stop on my way out. I just grab what I need and go. I imagine this is what that road was like before they put the logs on it. I think it's ready for some asphalt now. Hot tarmac would preserve those logs a little longer. It won't shift out of first and auto. I'm going to put it into low plus. That might give it a little bit more speed. Deep snow on top of the logs. Guess I can take it out of low plus. I could have done that a lot sooner. That's what we came for. And only because I should have brought a 6 slot. I don't think I'm going to drop any of these in that mud hole. These things would be way too thick to try to run over for most trucks. Logs might would work, but I don't have enough confidence in it saving me any time because it's so far away and it would take so many loads. You only get 3 logs for a load, and it would take a lot of loads. I might have to do that with a mud hole in front of the log station because they're real close by. I'm gonna change the time. It's trying to get dark on it. We have a small stretch of asphalt, then we gotta plunge into that mud hole again. Yeah, this mud hole ain't bad enough to bring logs out here. Concrete slabs would be a lot thinner, but I don't know if it would work without busting tires. Probably wouldn't even save any time. I'd have to bring a heavy crane out here to set those. It would be bad to waste all that time and not even improve the road, to make it worse even. If that road was just a little bit worse than it is now, I would probably try. I guess I just have to deal with it. Maybe just be thankful it's not worse. Those rocks slowed it down. Sometimes you can get through there without hitting one. I know I could hit the corner of that slab without busting a tire, but it would probably bust the nose. Some of those slabs have some points sticking out. Whoever laid these slabs needs a promotion. Somebody left the Tuz Warthog in the road. Oh, that was hard. We're out of the rough stuff. It's smooth from here on in. If you've made it this far, you should give me a like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you hit the bell icon, it'll notify you every time I upload a video. I've been putting out one a day for over 300 episodes, but they're not always an hour or longer. It's usually from like 45 minutes to an hour though. It got a little sideways. Here we are. Contract completed. Plant restoration. Keep up the good work. I've talked to them. Their management is not easy, but I matched them all right. We'll pull through. Crafting zone is now available. Let's go see what all we can craft. large pipes, metal beams, concrete slab.